which is what you're on now, which is what she had before getting joined to the SmartWave class. You could just click back on this to go back to the previous state of things. Then this one seems to be a Telegram Canva Pro thing. I don't know if this works. I'm not willing to really check it out. But SmartWave is working. I'm also in SmartWave, so that seems to be working. So you can add multiple accounts in Canva. You can actually, because people have different use cases and needs, right? And sometimes you don't want the stuff you're working on to be showing up for the next person who's using your computer or the workstation, whatever situation may be. So you can add multiple accounts here using this plus button. Under that, we have settings, which we'll dive into in a second. We have the what's new, plans and pricing, design school, suggest improvements, which is just basically the opening data collection. Get the Canva apps, report content, privacy policy, and then here's your logout button. So that covers that. Let's hop into settings real quick. And so this just shows you a few things. You're signed in using Google, and you can choose if you want to open your designs in a new tab or open links in the desktop app. Sometimes you will find yourself in that situation. If you find that it's not to your liking, you can always go back and change this setting, especially this one. Depends on how you like to work. All right, so let's go back. So we're back at the home screen. We have these presets at the top. The presets allow you to jump into making stuff quicker. We also have a search bar at the top that allows you to find templates, previous designs, and other things that are available to you within Canva. That includes stock photos, design elements, icons, image frames, and a few other things. Great. So this is good for finding stuff. As you create more, you'll find that you will be using that quite a bit. Okay, so presets. Let's talk about presets. I mean, this is basically just a splash screen asking what you will design today. It's their own idea of a CTA, leading you into creating whatever it is that you're interested in doing. So we have documents, whiteboard, presentation, social media, video, websites, custom sizes, and upload. Then we have the more button where it just shows you everything in a list format. It also shows you a few things like what's popular for worksheets and blah 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 blah. Essentially, this is a starting point. This helps you pick out the size and the layout of what you're trying to create. So as you can imagine, if I wanted to make a what's it called? If I wanted to make a CV, for example, I would be looking at something like this. This is resume portrait. But it doesn't look like an A4. If I was going to do a Nigerian CV to Nigerian standards, I would be probably clicking on custom size so I can make an A4 as my default canvas and then import the elements I want to use in the design. Of course, like I said, that will be different from if you wanted to make an Instagram post. So this is just the jumping off point for you to find the things you're looking for. Assuming I wanted to make a Facebook header, I could either scroll through here. I'm sure it's somewhere here, but ideally, what I would do is go to social media, click on Facebook, and then, there it is, Facebook cover. All right, so that's just one of the many ways that we use these presets to make sure we have the right target size. And I think that's really important because if you don't have the right target size with images, they will be cut off in places you don't expect, and they might look squished or just look wrong for wherever you deploy it at the end of the day. So I think that covers the presets. You can always feel free to dive more into them and just really experiment with that. As time goes, you get very comfortable. And like I said, it's usually a starting point for you to get into Canva and design. All right. So down here, you would usually have a few things. You would have your recent designs listed out down here. So there's nothing being made here so far. So You'd have your recent designs here. You would have your start designs, things that you start. And I think at the bottom you would have Canva templates that help you to also design faster and get things done. Right. So we have the projects button. On the left side, we have the home button. No matter what you're doing, you can always come back and just, return home. It allows you to have that anchor to return to base level. We have the projects button. Um, yeah, just allows you to, yeah, pretty much do that. Um, and then we have the templates button. So on that templates button, you can see the different kinds of templates. We have the business templates, social media, education, video marketing, print products, cards and invitations, and so on and so forth. Great. So they're not saying here, start exploring. You can find by category. That can be helpful. That can be very helpful, actually. So let's say I want to design a brochure. I'll click on brochure and then it shows me the different kinds of brochures. Of course, understanding how to use Canva is one thing. Having a basic knowledge of graphic design is also very helpful. So if you are going to be getting into this, it helps that you also learn some of the principles of design, what works, what doesn't work, being able to look at an image or that look at material and be able to discern what is working here and what they're trying to do. Because really what you're doing here is visual communication, right? It's not, we don't pick pictures because they're pretty. We don't pick elements because we like them personally. You're designing for an audience, for other people who are going to see it. So there's such things as being able to control attention, be able to control attention. There's being able to lead the eye. There's being able to create your content in a way that is easily skimmable by people who have shorter and shorter attention spans as is the trend with the world today. Being able to understand color theory, what colors play well together. Excuse me. Ah, okay. Being able to understand what colors work together, what colors are clashing, being able to master the use of fonts and font pairs. Different font pairs give you um, different feelings, right? So let me give you an example, or let me show you a visual example of what I'm talking about. So this is a template. You see there's a lot of handwritten style fonts going on here. When you're looking at handwritten fonts, what you're likely to see is things that are either for education or for a younger audience, as handwritten fonts are more organic. All right, they're more organic, they're more friendly, they're more approachable, they're less business-like, and that allows you to what's the word? And that allows you to communicate to a younger audience much more easily, right? Um, but let's analyze this design, right? So we have the handwritten fonts, adding a playful side, something more accessible to a younger audience, children specifically. We have these handwritten elements or rather hand-drawn elements. You can see they're very irregular in their design. These are all very intentional placements. You have the little hand-drawn stars, and you have the little not animation is what the little character illustrations. And of course, all of this you notice is uniform, right? You can see there's uniformity in this character to the next one to the one on the final page. So what we're really looking at is this. It's a trifold brochure. It's you can see the name of whatever company this is or whatever concern is this is. We have a very nice interplay of colors between this teal. We have this teal going on and this should I say dusty pink, peach, whatever color. Let's say peach. So you have these two colors. Funny enough, let me explain the color relation between these two. The funny thing is, if you take this color and you sample it, you take this color and you sample it and you put it in Photoshop and you invert it, right? If you invert the color, which is basically if you turn it to its opposite, this is what you're going to get. So these two are actually the same color, and your brain knows that. Your brain is able to pick up on these subtleties. Um, but that might not always be immediately apparent, and that's the reason why these two colors work together very well. All right, so you have these two colors that are actually opposites of each other. You have that, you have your little hand-drawn elements to add a playful touch to it. The stars, you have your kiddie illustration, and of course the important text. A couple of things to note. You see the text is placed on a white background here. And the reason why that is done is so that it's more easily legible as opposed to something like this. I mean, you can see this, obviously, but based on the size and the fact that it's on a white background, remember what I said about leading the eye? It leads your eye in this direction, which is the direction you want to take the viewer. So it's very easily skimmable because this is large and it's front and center and it's on a white background. I hope that's understood. Do you have any questions so far?
Nope.
Great. So we have the same thing here. This is also happening, but this is a primarily white background. We have a illustration going on here. This is clearly something for children's education. As you can see them reading, benefits of reading and all that drama. Lorem ipsum is it's a standard in the graphic design history is where did it really start? It started from when we needed to print things and we started to learn that okay, this attracts more attention than this and this works together. And that's really where it starts from. Long before we even had usable PCs, people have been doing graphic design. And lorem ipsum is actually a holdover from the printing industry. And this is used to demonstrate what text would look like within a placement without having to find the actual text that is meant to stay there. So essentially, what I'm saying with plenty of big grammar is that it's a placeholder. But of course, these little history things really help you to situate yourself within what you're doing and understand the rich, um, you know, history that is connected to it. Right, so we've analyzed this design. This is, it's a trifold brochure. It's meant to be folded in three, as you can probably imagine from the color separation. Each of these is an individual page. There's likely to be a flip side and also material on all three sides of this, right? And so if you click on this, this would be the material that will be inside the trifold brochure. This is the main information we came for, but this is the front. This is the leader in the trifold.
Can we start with basic one page posters?
And we're getting there. It's all the same. It's all the same thing. It's just taking time to build up to some of the basic ideas so that you understand what you're looking at. It's not so much just knowing how to edit templates in Canva. That's easy. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to look weird still. So that's kind of what I'm trying to condense into a very short but how do you understand? Right. So, so that's that. Well, I was just trying to show us the fact that, it's not just about taking stuff and editing. We need to also apply certain principles and understanding to what we're trying to get done. Okay. So let's go back from brochures. I would say your most popular use case is probably an Instagram post, yes? So let's do social media and Instagram posts. So we have various categories here of Instagram. It's everywhere. So let's say we want to look at the category Instagram posts. Okay. So these are all templates that you can adapt for. If you don't have the pro version, to be clear, you see anything that has this edu and the graduation cap icon is going to be something you can't use. You'll be able to view it within this view, but you won't be able to use it. Right, so these are all Instagram posts, and it's actually very rich. It's a very rich catalog of things that you can take and use and adapt. But as I stated earlier, you need to know what works and why the design works. So that when you're adapting it, you're adapting with that knowledge. Otherwise, you're going to come out with a lot of things that just look strange. All right. So you're going to come up with a lot of things that just look strange. Right. So this is highly useful. Let's pretend we wanted to do something now. But before that, we've seen all the many, excuse me. Okay. Right. So we have filters. I think it's important that we discuss filters. Otherwise, you're going to spend probably hundreds of hours going through things. And then there's also this very weird thing that happens where when you have too much choice, analysis paralysis sets in, which is basically you not being able to zero in and pick something that's effective, and you might end up just picking the first thing you see. Now, you don't want to pick the first thing you see because the same way it's the first thing that you saw, it's the same way it's the first thing every other designer has seen, or every other person using Canva has seen. So you end up with designs that look like you copied their design. Now, does this matter so much to you? Probably not. But if there's an algorithm that is seeing what you're uploading and it looks like the last 3,000 posts from 3,000 creators and they don't give you much traction based on that in terms of placing your content in front of enough eyes, then that's also because you're not bothering to be different enough. So that's something to keep in mind. All right, Instagram post filters, right? So we can choose formats. We want the square or you want the 4.5. By the way, Instagram deploys to two different canvas sizes. All right, so we have the square. The square is usually a 1080 by 1080 dimension box. Of course, because both sides are the same number, you'd end up with that. And then we have the 4:5 ratio Instagram posts as well. So, if you're designing for Instagram, the thought that comes to mind is, do I want my post to be square? Am I cramming more information into the post, and does this require me to go for the more oblong style of post? These are some of the choices you need to make at the beginning of when you start creating content for that page. Otherwise, you're going to be that person that has some long, some short, some long, some short. It has a way of just not being very neat. So, just I should mention that. So we have formats, we have style, we have modern styles, we have minimalist styles, we have simple styles, we have elegant styles. To be honest, I'm pretty sure this classification goes even deeper than this, but four is good so people don't get overwhelmed. You can choose languages and say my language only. You can say theme, you want something that is black theme, you want something that is pink. So let's see. You want to make something for maybe a very girly type of design. You're looking at maybe like clicking on something that's predominantly pink. I'll click on that just so you can see what I'm saying. You see that there's a lot of pastel pink colors going on. There are other colors, but the pink is the main unifying thing between all of these different designs. It's mostly page. And so again, this brings us back to what I was saying about understanding color theory. Colors spark certain emotions. Colors are associated with certain things. And for you to effectively use Canva, you need to also know what colors you want to predominantly have in your design and why that's the choice you're making. Understand that it's visual communication. This is not art. We're not really here to create art. That would be a whole different class. I don't think I can teach it. But what I'm saying is the goal is communication. So everything you're doing, plus your picture choice, the text you're using. You want to say something?
Yeah, when you're done. Yeah.
Right. Your photo choice, the text you're using, the words you're using, and your colors, it really, really does communicate something visually. And it's good for you to remember that. We'll have the conversation about brand consistency, but not today. Okay, so that's if you're choosing a predominantly pink design. Let's do
Yeah,
something back. Let's say,
can
or
we
you have something
can
to
we
say?
can we go back, yeah, before you back
Okay.
to the former page you want?
What page?
Can you
The
just go one
previous
step
page.
back? Yeah, please.
Is it the pink page?
Yeah, the
Where
pink
you
page,
got
yeah.
pink?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, even this, I wanted us to do the happy birthday, do pink. I know you like the pink background. Okay, go on, John.
Okay. You know the second line and the
Second
third
room, yeah.
photo,
Okay,
second
every
row,
moment
yeah.
is a
The
fresh
third, yeah.
beginning.
Is
That
that
one.
free? Is that one free?
It's paid.
Oh, it's paid.
Okay, but anything we
Okay.
have here, we can send it to her.
She can just get the pro.
Oh yeah, she'll get the pro. Yeah, she'll get the pro. But I'm just saying now. Yeah, you'll get the pro.
Let her just get the pro instead of trying to send back and forth. That one is long.
Yeah,
If
Ah,
she's
okay.
sending
I'll
it, then
get the
let her just
pro.
get the
That's
pro.
fine.
Yes,
Yes.
okay, well, yeah. I'll
Okay.
pay from here so you can just get the pro. Yeah, okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
Okay,
Okay, you
cool.
like
Just send Mommy F your email address, your Gmail, so that we can just do it on this side. It's cheaper than you paying over there.
She knows.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
She
great.
has
I
it.
just thought I should mention that
Yeah.
to you.
I think that was one of the things she said we will do when you come back from holiday.
It's really holiday, oh, God, I beg. We will not have such again. Okay, so
Okay, so you want this one, yeah? Every moment is a fresh beginning, yeah?
Yeah, that's my color
Yeah.
for Instagram. So I need to make a uniform now. So now think of color for my Facebook
Okay, that's the
going
sign you
forward.
wanted too. The quotation sign, yeah?
Yeah, quotation sign.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
Mm.
You can
But what
also
would
just
you?
change.
Yeah,
Yeah, you were
go
saying?
on. No, go on, go on.
No, I was just going to say that, you can also just change your colors every season. This is also a very common thing that people do on social media, so that when people come, it's always fresh and engaging. You don't just have this sea of pink that can get quite boring. Something to think about.
Yeah, and okay, you have different shades of pink anyway, so yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
You have
Well, we
different
can
shades.
decide on a shade of pink that I can use, but I want to maintain that pink, peach, purple
Yeah, different shades,
color.
yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
fine.
want to maintain that on my Instagram. But with Facebook, I don't mind altering the color completely. I can do gray on Facebook. I can do
No, I
peach.
don't
I can do
think.
pink.
Sorry, John. John, I don't think you understand what
Uh,
I'm saying.
Yeah, she
So
has
let
it.
go on.
me. No, she didn't understand. She heard me. She didn't understand. What I'm saying
Okay.
is, you are looking to change the predominant color. Your brand color remains the same. I'm not saying change the brand colors. That's not the thing you change, right? Your
Mm-hmm.
brand color is your brand color, right? But I'm saying that with
Yeah.
every season, you can actually switch the predominant color that you're using on the social page so it looks dynamic and isn't flat. An example of what I mean is something like this. You see that it's still the same pink. Whatever brand color you're using is still pink. But you can see that for some time they're going to do a lot of black and then pink themed work, right? And the reason why we do this is so that there is some variance in the designs over time. So you don't just have one flat look. It doesn't look dynamic and it's just not very attractive when you're looking at the Instagram wall altogether as one. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I do. I do now. Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, you don't
Okay.
have to do it, but I just wanted you to understand the concept and, give it some thought.
No, that's fine since it's got pink, and that was exactly what I was saying. I said we can use different shades of pink. We can also use peach, which is Nera pink as well. If we're going to have like a variety of
Yeah,
colors, yeah. Can also put black, so a bit of black in it. I don't mind. I really don't
right.
mind. I'm not, but that pink, yeah. I want pink
They
is
don't
my
It's
color
definitely your brand color,
for
yeah.
Insta, yeah, for Instagram. And also for
Yeah.
Facebook, really.
Yeah, you should be
Yeah,
unifying at this point.
yeah. I don't mind doing that.
I'm sorry?
Okay. I said I really don't mind doing that. I don't
Yeah,
mind
you
doing
should be
that.
unifying at this point. Like, so the posts,
Mm.
the idea is create once, deploy everywhere. So you're looking at how you
Mm.
can, the way you should be looking at now is how to save time but get more content out. So for example, if you did something like this is a carousel, like you could make something like this as a content piece. And then what you do is you create it in one platform or create it for one platform like Instagram, but then you also post it across Facebook and a few other places, LinkedIn and whatever the case may be.
And that
And so
that's
that
paid
allows
for,
you
is it?
create once, deploy everywhere. Yes?
Mm. Uh,
I didn't hear you,
you
ma'am.
know this. No, 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 I said that's what question did I even ask? I said, no, no. I said that's paid for as well, is it?
What, to deploy everywhere?
What this one? No, 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 no.
Or you
This
mean
this
the template? Yes,
the
it's a paid
carousel
one as
one, the
well.
template. Wow. So that means I definitely have to pay
Yeah, but
for it.
that's fine. Yeah, it's the plan we're using a
Yes.
thousand naira. So
Mm.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Mm. Okay, maybe what we could even do once he finishes, we could do that so that you have it. Yeah, we could do
Okay.
that today. Yeah.
I can do a carousel now.
The one I'm
Also,
saying,
this is recorded. So sorry, I won't ask too much question. Just carry on.
No, please ask questions. It's good to clarify things, even if it's
This is being
recorded.
recorded, so I don't want
Mhm.
to
we'll keep
waste
going.
too
Yeah.
much time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So,
Oh, Aaron, could you please not send me to sleep? I'm just
how?
about
Oh, with the
keeping awake
yawning.
here.
Sorry, I'm still
Yeah,
adjusting.
that's
Thank
that
you. I'm still
time.
adjusting to my meds. It makes me a bit, don't worry. Just pardon me, please. Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do the black now, are we? We've done it.
Yeah, I wanted to just quickly run through the filters, then we can,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, go on.
So we've looked at theme. We're looking at feature, can have an animation, have a video, have an audio piece. These are all things that,
Wow.
again, we're still filtering within Instagram posts, right? So let's look at
Mm.
animation, which you might find interesting.
Wow. So this is where these people get all these things from. Shay.
Yes, now.
Lord.
Sometimes,
Oh my
yes,
goodness.
but not always. Just keep that in mind. Not always.
I've been
Before
wondering
Canva
where.
became big, a lot of people actually had to sit and use hours to make these animations and things. So
Yeah.
sometimes when you see it, yes, it was done in something like Canva. Sometimes boys are just bad, is what I'll tell you. Anyway, yeah,
Wow.
so that's happening. So that's something fashion.
Mm.
Great. So there's a lot there. I thought that you would find that interesting, and I'm glad I got that reaction out of it.
Mm.
So that's great. Um, right. So these are different features. And then, of course, we can now choose like a category, right? Business, fashion, aesthetic, beauty, elegant. collage, I think you get the general idea. So let's look at something for fashion since it's somewhat related to your niche.
I thought you'd have done beauty. I'm more beauty inclined.
Beauty, yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. This is network drama.
But did you try going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you could change it to Mary Kay stuff.
And I'm not even doing Mary Kay. I'm just doing beauty generally.
So what I'm talking about, like products, if you want to show
And
for
that's what I'm saying. I'm not.
Yeah, but because these are different products now. Yeah.
Mm.
Don't want to use these ones.
Right. So these are product images, right? These are product images. Great for this kind of, like whatever you want to do. This is skincare specifically. Remember what I said about colors? You need to pick colors that match with your brand, but not always. I think also a little bit of fun works. So if, for example, your brand is mostly pink, I could actually, the
Do
most
white.
obvious thing would do, I'm sorry?
I could do white as well.
Exactly. You could do a neutral color like white or black.
Mm.
That allows you to have a more interesting color palette going on. So yes, there's always the obvious thing like something pink, but that can get boring very quickly, as you can imagine. Okay, so yeah, let's head back. So we've done the beauty thing. Let's go back to the Instagram post. So if you notice, because of what we've looked at recently, the
Mm.
if you look at what we've looked at recently, the thumbnails of templates that it has generated for you has changed because it takes note of your interest, it takes note of what you're looking at, and the things that you're interested in. It informs the AI, and AI is able to surface better suggestions for you in line with those things. Okay, that's great. So that's that for Instagram posts. We won't be editing posts today, but I want you to walk around the interface so you know what is what and get comfortable there. Creation is easy once you are familiar with the tool. So let's just keep it focused on the tool for now. Right. So we've discussed templates, we've discussed social media as an example of, templates, but Canva has some really nice other features too. So we've looked at templates. Let's look at photos. Okay,
Edith, you're
so
driving.
I'm sorry.
Edith, okay, her camera is on.
Okay.
Edith, your camera is on. Okay, sorry.
Okay. So, photos. Back in the days, we used to have to go and buy a creative license from Adobe to use Shutterstock. Shutterstock is the number one.
Sorry. Edith, you can't be driving and you have your camera on. Edith, can you hear me? Or it doesn't matter. Your concentration is going to be Edith. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm trying to turn my camera up. Don't you want to accompany me
Okay,
in my
okay.
ride? Don't you want to
Oh,
accompany me?
you can't be driving and you have your camera on. You just
I
please
just
before
turned
you
it
get
off.
stuck.
Is it still on?
Okay, that's fine.
He wants you to go with her. Cooking.
Oh, does she? Okay, sorry, I didn't hear that.
Okay, let him finish with the
Hey,
same.
sorry about that. Mm.
No problem. But seriously, I
Yeah, go
hope she's
on.
not actually driving and looking at the screen.
She's turned it off. Yeah, that's why I
She
had
has turned it
to,
off.
yeah, insist. Yeah, she turns it off.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Being recorded. So you will, you're going to get all this on the
Oh,
records.
wow, wow. Okay, sorry. Right. So I was just talking about how back in the day we used to have to go and get images from Shutterstock. People still do that for magazines and other things. For big publications or billboards, people will actually go buy stock images. These are called stock images essentially. We used to go buy them on, platforms. Certain places you work, there's a budget for stock images, and you have to be very conscious of the images you buy, right? Because you buy them with a commercial license that allows you to use them without fear of being sued. Um, this is also an important thing to keep in mind. Even now, it's not the Shutterstock days anymore. People still do it, but just have it in mind that you want to make sure that images you use in your design are either yours or you have the creative rights to use them. This might not seem like a big deal until the day it's a big deal, right? You'll see some people put a post on social media and they'll strike it from your social media and then they limit your page for like 1 year or 6 months or 3 months. These are things that happen when you start using images without permission. So a very large part of graphic design is understanding the need for and proper usage of relevant photos in
Imran,
your design.
question.
Yes.
What if you have a disclaimer? Does that absolve of any?
You're not absolved because you still use the person's image without um
The
without
person's
having the
consent.
rights, exactly, without having the rights to the image. So that's why we don't go into Google and go and look for pictures to put in designs. It's not done.
What did you say
Okay.
about Shutterstock? I can't see no Shutterstock here.
Oh, okay. So I was saying that Shutterstock is still the home of, some of the best images in the world. So top flight designers and certain companies like ad agencies, social media agencies and others will pay for Shutterstock. But there are like limits on the designer. They tell you don't use more than X number of images because each one costs quite a bit of money. It's expensive.
So
You have
what
to
is
pay for the
Shutterstock?
picture there. It's a place
Is
It,
it
where
like
it's
Canva?
no,
no, it's a
for
place where,
photographs.
yes, where you can get stock photos for
Oh, okay.
anything
So
you
it's a
want in the world.
pool.
It's the biggest library
Okay, so
of
it's a
images.
pool of okay, library of oh yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Photos, yeah.
So you
Okay.
can just jump in there and find the thing that's relevant to your project at any time.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
great. So I should warn you, one of the biggest, most time-consuming parts of doing visual design work or visual communication is finding the right picture. I can't express this enough. You can have a design, do your design finish, and be looking for the right picture for the next 2 hours. Because you see, the thing is, you know what they say about a picture is worth 1,000 words. It holds very true. You can communicate an idea with text. People will read your text, but when you have the right image, it does 90% of the job. And it gives people the right feeling. It evokes the right emotion, to move people. We don't just do visual communication to, like I said, for it to be pretty. The idea is you're sending a message. You are trying to appeal to people's emotions, trying to appeal to people's nostalgia, people's memories, people's mental associations. These things are really important. And so that also should inform your choice of photographs that you're taking. And that's just something to keep in mind. All right, so Canva has photos. We have a little photos section. You can see I access this from the clicked on templates and clicked on photos. right? Just to be super clear. I clicked on the home button, went back, clicked on templates, and this is where all the stuff I've been describing to you so far is. Excuse me. Okay. So you click on photos, and this is how we, got to where we were. Just have to do that afresh. Now,
that photo has been used a million times.
which
The
one?
second row, the first photo on the second row.
First row, second row.
Second row from the left, the first
Right.
photo.
That one.
That's been used a million times.
Yeah. But I mean, you see these everywhere. So that's really common with stock photos. A lot of designers are turning out work. A lot of non-designers are turning out work. So even when you find a repository of free stock images, you're also very conscious of, I've seen this, I've seen this, I've seen something like this, I've seen this. So a large part of that selection process is you don't want to be an also ran and use that. That's why you take your time, and that's why these repositories are often very large. If you look at this, you can see they have 85.8 million photographs for you to burn your way through. And you know what's crazy? In this 85 million, there's certain projects you work on, you will not actually find the picture you want here. I assure you. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I know quite a few people that do their own custom-made photo because they want to stand out.
Yeah.
Question
Sure.
here. I have a question here. So what you're saying is, if I now pay for Canva, I get access to the 85,000. Did you say 85 million or
85.8 million
Wow. So when I
pictures.
pay for it, do I get access to all of them, all the photos on here?
Yes.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And that's not all,
Yeah.
but we'll get to that. So stock photos, a lot of things. As Africans, as Black people, one of your biggest challenges is going to be finding an image of a Black person doing the thing you want them to be doing. Wahala, trust me. Like, it's white people everywhere. So that's great if you're white, but if you're catering to a Black audience or a mixed race audience, it's suddenly the difficulty level.
That's why people use their photos.
There's not enough creators of stock photography that are using people of this thing gone off.
We can hear you, but you're slurring.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah, better.
We're good?
Yeah. Well, you're not sharing
Okay.
anymore.
Now you can see my screen. I'm still sharing. Can you see my screen?
No, you're not.
Because you went off this.
Yeah, yes, you are now. What's illegal? Gone off again.
Can you see the screen?
It's gone off again. It's not sharing.
You just reshared now.
It's not. I can't see nothing.
Okay. Do you want to go out and come back in? Because it just reshared.
Okay.
Is the recording still? Everyone can. Is the recording still? Is the recording still?
Yeah, this is recording.
Okay.
I think she needs to go out and come.
Yeah, that's the one. Are you still driving? Okay, you're on hold. This is still recording. Okay. Okay, what she was trying to do, why don't we do that? Have a blank screen. See how we can bring in have a blank screen. See how we can bring in text.
Number.
Okay. Hello. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Yes. Sir. Okay. Yeah, I've been trying to reach you. Are you back now? Okay. How are you going to work? Yeah. So how do you? I should was saying. Yes, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So maybe what we will do. Okay, what's the what would you what you have what else is missing? Welcome back. I hope you brought some chocolates and some things. Yes. Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we got get us some. I'm sure. I hope you got us some Microsoft stuff there. Or T-shirts. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm, yeah.
Hello. Hello. Hi, John. If you're back, please indicate.
What's going on now?
I'm waiting for her to.
John, what's going on?
Oh, I beg your pardon. I was speaking. I didn't know I was I
Muted.
was muted.
Can you see the screen now?
Yeah, yeah. I had to use
Okay.
my phone. Kicked me out
Oh,
from my laptop,
okay.
but it's okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Sorry
okay.
about
Great.
that.
Yeah, but you can get back on your laptop and log
Yeah.
in again. Okay, go on. This is really, I won't be able to edit this.
Okay. So that's photos, and as of course there are filters again. These are the different looks that you can use. So different looks that you can use. Colors. Let me show you. This is all anything that's predominantly red. You get to actually, color code or go by moods or events or feelings. So when I say things like feelings, there's even like thank you, there's stuff in there, a whole lot of stuff. The rest you would have to search for yourself, or find what works for you. Right, so we have the graphics tab. Well, we're rounding up now, but we have the graphics tab, and this allows you to pick up illustrations, yeah, pretty useful. You don't always want a full picture to do something. If you think back to earlier when we had the illustration trifold in front of us, if you think back to that, you realize that this is likely how that was constructed. You can find a lot of illustration work, handwritten elements, hand-drawn elements, 3D, 2D. A lot of stuff like that is available here. As always, you would have to run a search in this particular type of situation to find the best things, but you still have the options of using templates that are there, right? So that's just something to keep in mind, that education and science. So this is a lot of really cool stuff in here. So this is the next is creators you follow and your start content. And it just so happens that I started this because you had talked about it earlier. So I hope that covers that. Do you have any questions about what we discussed so far?
I'm fine over here.
Okay, that's great. This has been fun.
Yeah, but why don't you do like a plain one? At least let her what she was trying to do before. Get a blank.
Okay.
And
Okay,
get
Nka, is it me?
yes.
Okay, you know what? Nka, I
That's
sent you
those
some
things.
photos. Can you have a look at the photos I sent you? Can we enhance the photo, please?
Yeah, but what's the goal? I think it's always best to, start with the end in mind. What are we trying to do exactly?
I want to brush up on the photo. Brush up on
Want
my
to
photo. It's kind of dark, so I just want to polish it up a bit.
Okay.
So you want to learn how to polish up photographs too. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's okay.
All right, let's do 5 minutes on that.
Let's just close up on that, and I'm fine.
So this one, yeah?
Yeah, I'm sending you another one as well.
Okay, are you uploading it now?
Yeah, I've sent you two photos.
Okay.
So one I sent earlier on, and second one I sent now. There's one with the glasses.
Okay, check and
There's one
see
I
how
sent.
you're uploading it there now, yeah?
Yes.
Why don't you?
Aaron, please show me how you upload photos
Exactly,
first.
that's what he wasn't watching.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Like this, click on upload files, and then just choose it the normal way you choose it within your file manager, like this. To just show you your stuff, just choose the one you want. Do you understand?
No.
So it's pretty
Okay,
straightforward.
can you do the next one?
Just bear with me. Bear with me because I can't.
Can you go
I've
to
come off.
Can you go to WhatsApp and download? You need to download the picture first. Yeah. So um
Okay.
okay. So once you download it, you have it in your downloads, then you can upload it there.
Okay.
Upload. Yeah, yeah. Upload it there. Okay. Okay.
So you uploaded the pictures.
Right.
Well, where do you go to upload it? That's the thing again.
Upload.
No, this screen. Where you?
No, this is a blank Instagram.
Okay, you go to the blank Instagram.
Yes, it's a blank.
To upload it. Yeah.
So now I'm just resizing.
To fit in. Yeah.
Can we take? Can we make it a plain background, please?
We'll get to all that. That's advanced editing, and quite frankly,
It's not advanced.
But you did that
Aaron,
before.
I was going to say, Aaron, that's what we did last week.
Exactly.
Just recapping on what we did last week, teacher.
okay, so let me.
You taught me advanced class last week or 2 weeks ago?
Oh,
I tried my hand
it
on
was
that,
last week.
but the
But
issue
what
I
I'm
had.
saying, okay, all right, let me let you finish.
No,
Yeah, so the
carry on.
reason why I mentioned that as advanced is in this photo, it's the head is cut off, right? It's not cropped correctly. So if you did that, it would look weird. There's a bit more work to be done for it to look normal. And that's actually what I was talking about when I said advanced, not this particular picture. This should work.
This one, yeah.
Okay, do this.
So this is just click background remover. The results might vary.
Okay, background remover. Okay.
Where is that again?
Teacher.
See?
The top
It's
left.
there. It's right there at the top.
No, yes.
Once you click on the picture, it's there.
Okay.
It's not something. Yeah, it's not something that you have to dig into any special menus. It's right there.
Okay. Just not rocket science. Okay.
Yeah, it won't stress you to do.
Okay, because they wasn't cropped properly.
Yeah, so it's not cropped properly, and if you notice, it didn't grab the whole thing. It's still left.
But that's fine. I don't even mind
it.
it. What I do with some of this, sometimes I use it on my WhatsApp, I use it on my story. So some of these photos varies. I might not use it on my Instagram page. I might just use it on my WhatsApp 24.
Okay, so
most of my
so let's
to brighten it.
Right. So let's just do the thing you asked, because I'm beginning to feel a bit sick. Click on edit.
Edit.
Right. Let's go back to the top to adjust. All right. So so now you can, do a couple of things. Increase the brightness. You can work on the contrast. If it's looking a bit too, if it's not looking sharp enough. If it's looking too sharp, you can reduce that. If it's not looking sharp enough, you can boost the contrast. That allows you to have a much better looking photo. You can decide to boost the highlights, get it to look a little bit brighter, or reduce that. But somewhere around here is looking fine. You see, suddenly it's looking like a much better photo already. And last of all, you could tweak the saturation as well. But all of this is knowing how to use these sliders and pairing that with what's happening visually on the screen is a whole
that's the one.
Different class altogether. I don't know if you understand. But for today, I think that really does it for this photo and allows you to have a much better looking picture. So basic image correction. That's it.
So this is bright enough, isn't it? Yeah.
The saturation, it's too much saturation. It's too much red. Oh, I think it was the saturation. The last one you did, and just take it down a bit. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
minus 10. We actually removed saturation from the picture.
Is it better this way?
She thinks.
So what do
Yeah,
you
that's
think?
I would have boosted it a bit more. Something like this. This is fine for you.
So 5.
-2 is okay for me. That's what I would do, but you know. When it comes to things like this, it's subjective. As long as it's not overly red or overly blue.
You want to do the next one?
This one is not a lot to do here. It's actually a
Right.
pretty okay picture.
Right.
we'll make it brighter, please.
I'll work on the brightness.
Yeah.
And they do have fillers on here as well, don't they?
I'm sorry?
You have fillers. Do they have fillers on Canva?
Yeah, filters.
Not filters, fill. You know, to
What do you mean
fill
by
up
filters?
something to, okay. See my laugh lines?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have someone to fill it up?
Oh, right. Um, yeah, there is usually if I do an
What's it
upscale,
called?
if I did an upscale on that would work.
What's it called? Upscale.
Yes, if I upscale, that would work.
Okay.
Okay, well, I mean, we'll pick all this up tomorrow. Do you want me to send you these?
Yeah, but the last time you were able to.
Oh, the last picture was a lot better.
Yes, you were able to remove
this
it.
red one. It didn't work. Just give me 2 minutes
Not doing anything.
before you get sick there, please.
I'm sorry?
You're
I
not
said, just give me 2 minutes on the photo, especially the red one. Can you just give me 2 minutes to lighten it up a bit? The last one you did was a lot better than this. No, the last photo we did. No, not this one.
not
Sorry, the one we
today.
did
Not
last
today.
week.
Aha, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you can use.
Yeah, I mean, no, the thing is, oh, you're talking about the laugh lines thing.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes,
Oh,
I
Aaron,
want to be sure. I want to be sure.
remember the last photo we did on Canva?
yes. John, what do you want him to do? I told him the last line.
That one
He
is
should do
nice. That photo is nice. A lot better than what we're doing here, Aaron.
it. So what do you want him to do here?
So
Isn't
can we
the
make it
last
like
line?
that?
He
Bright
wants you
and
to say.
nice. Laugh line and
Exactly.
I don't know what else you did. Maybe under the eye. Maybe
How
the
do you remove the
forehead.
last lines?
Let's just upscale it. I can't really
So where do
dive into editing like that. So let's just use image upscaler. That should work in
how do you get here?
Click on apps. But that's the thing now. We're now learning ahead of what we're supposed to be learning on a step-by-step basis, and that can be a problem, but hey.
Aaron, we didn't do image upscale last week. Oh.
And that's what I'm saying now, that we're not following the step by step. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So now you've learned how to upscale an image, but if you have to arrange text or something on the page, then you now get stuck again. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. There's a process.
Okay.
Okay, you need to download that.
No, it's working. It's an AI
It's
thing, so
upscaling it.
yes, it takes some time. Just need to be patient.
Wow. So, Aaron, how come you got it so right last week?
So right, how?
You didn't do the
Last week we
upscaling
didn't
last.
upscale, but the
Yeah,
photo
that's what I'm
came
saying.
out.
That there is a process to learning the thing. You need to know the interface, know how certain things work. Even when you're using apps, you need to like learn the apps, learn their limitations, know what works, what doesn't work. It takes time. You're not going to learn everything in one day. Then
No,
from
Aaron,
there,
you're
when
not
you've
answering
known
my
these
question.
things,
Aaron, can you just listen? Listen to what I'm asking you, please. Are you listening now?
I'm listening.
Okay. You know we did a photo last week. Yeah? I
Yes, we
sent
did.
you a photo. You uploaded it. We did some alteration on the photo using Canva, and it came out perfect. And this photo is even better than the photo I sent last week. So what my question is, how come that turned out right without using AI or anything, as opposed to this one? Because what you did last week was you just got the arrow or the mouse and said, oh, let's put some light on the forehead, let's put some light on the chin, and we didn't even use filter because I said to you, I don't like filter. Then you just did one or two editing and voila, it was fine. Do you get my question now?
No, I don't hear a question.
What did you do last
I'm sorry,
week?
hold on. I want to hear the question because there is no question in what she just said.
First of all, I asked you a question. Aaron, go away. Don't be smart with me. I asked you a
No, I'm
question and
not.
I
Like, you don't
analyzed
you
and
don't
I did
understand what I'm saying.
everything.
Okay.
I said what we did before I now finished. Then I now said, do you understand my question?
Yeah.
Aaron, leave
Okay.
it. I say
All
you're
right, all right.
tired.
Hold on. Sorry, hold on.
Let's leave it.
Okay. So, do you feel
Since
like
you're
this
not
picture did
understanding
not turn
it.
out as good as the one we did last
The
week?
life lines are still there.
I mean, it doesn't have to disappear fully. It's still hard. If you remove the laugh lines completely, it's not hard anymore.
Able to remove the ones last week. Anyway,
Anyway, I can't really speak to why. Sometimes it's the source photo. That's a thing. The quality of the
Okay.
source photo actually matters as well.
what did you use last week?
That's what I'm saying. That see, if you don't go through the process of knowing how things work from the beginning, when something happens much further, more advanced, it now you might not even get the right perception of what is going on.
We're not even
Do
saying
you know what I'm saying? Like for me, this picture is very okay and well edited. So I don't know what you know
saying
why last week is better. This is a very well edited picture. It's fine. I don't.
Aaron, I prefer the picture last week.
Mhm.
I prefer the picture last week.
last week.
Yeah, again, I'm not sure why. I can't really say.
It's all right, Eva. Thank you for trying.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to download it so we can send it to her?
Yeah. Perfect.
So is it like you can't remove the black ones?
No, but what I'm saying is, we want to do when they're doing beauty editing, right? You want to smooth the face. You want to look for softer features, softer skin. But you cannot remove the features that make a person a person. If you look at this, you see this laugh line. See the bottom of our eyes. It's all been smoothed and softened. There's already extensive work done on this area that has been done on this, and I can see it. I know what I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying?
Is it from the what?
The upscale added the smoothing feature. That's